So with Minecraft Dungeons being established as a reasonably decent game, I figured, well, the main story doesn't end with the Arch-Illager, does it? In fact, the shards of the Orb of Dominance are scattered around the realms, and it is your job as the player to collect them and truly cleanse the overworld of its evil. So let's dive into... Oh, but how can I forget? You can't dive into this epic story without forking out some cash! So within the Island DLCs, this story is continued in the End and the Nether, but I'll talk about those in another video. There are 4 different levels: the Jungle Awakens, the Creeping Winter, the Howling Peaks, and the Hidden Depths. Now, to evaluate if these extensions to the base game are worth its price, we first need to know, what on earth is their price? For all of the DLCs, including the Flames of the Nether and the Echoing Void, it's only between 15 and 20 quid depending on where you look, which is pretty much the price of the original game. Purchasing these DLCs separately, however, are around $5.99 USD. So to the surprise of no one, getting them all together saves money! And overall they consist of 21 levels. In comparison to the base game only consisting of 9 main game levels with a handful of secret levels, though it must be noted the Nether DLC has 6 levels, whereas all the others have 3. So on paper, it already looks pretty good, right? You're getting nearly like triple the amount of content that you did for the base game. Alright, so with math out the way, what about, say, the actual content of these DLCs? Well, to evaluate such content, we'll be looking at its gameplay and aesthetic appeal. The first DLC, The Jungle Awakens, in my opinion, is the least impressive of them all. The environment it proposes is bonkers, and the overhaul they did of the jungle is nothing short of atmospheric. However, the monsters are quite frankly disappointing. Like, you just have retextured stone guy, except he's leaves, and the secret level where you save and slaughter pandas is alright. The flagship of this DLC is the final boss, the Jungle Abomination. I have absolutely no clue as to what this boss actually is. It's definitely not flesh, but is it a tree? The jungle itself? Who knows? The mechanics were cool, dodging these things were sick too, but still not enough for me to claim it's any better than any of the mainland content in the slightest. The Creeping Winter DLC is cracked though. It's the complete opposite of the Jungle DLC in absolutely every way imaginable. Its mechanic of slipping and sliding on the ice adds to its immersion, the monsters are bonkers, and it also includes none other than the Chad Isolager! Remember what they took from us, fellas? This Chad could have been in the game, not this glowy bellend! The levels itself were cool, and this was the one environment that wasn't seriously overhauled from its Minecraft counterpart, but the thing that brings this level down is the final boss, which kind of felt like it was on the same level as the mini-bosses, such as the Evoker and the Illusioner, which is technically in Minecraft, but of course was shelved, like a few other ideas and concepts for updates I know of. But despite the disappointing boss, I'd say that from a gameplay standpoint, it's worth the $5 you pay for it. The Howling Peaks is truly something different. It is the cream of the crop, the pinnacle of gaming, or it would be if it had some unique monsters. Due to this being essentially based in the default terrain, just with the Caves and Cliffs update installed, the red grass and trees add to its autumn atmosphere, and the final boss is actually the best one so far, where you have to fight these waves of monsters while staying inside the square to be able to unlock this guy's chest, so then you can use your lean beam to absolutely destroy it. But the lack of unique monsters does hold this one back quite a bit. Now, if this one is the pinnacle of gaming, where does that land the ocean one? Well, higher, but not the pinnacle of gaming. The swimming mechanic is bonkers, and the fact that you have to worry about your oxygen really makes this level feel different to all the rest. The monsters are entirely unique as well, with the amalgamation of different drowned with different kinds of tridents to make your day just a little less joyful. The final boss is a tad bit underwhelming, but the Guardians were a fun obstacle to overcome, and it gave me the ability to see who has the bigger beam! So, are these 4 DLCs worth the $5 you pay for each? Yeah, I'd say so. But we can't make a full judgment until we step through the portal of the Nether and jump into the end to use those ender pearls you can collect during the main missions to truly not only complete dungeons, but to figure out, are these DLCs worth paying the extra 30 quid? Have a good hold up. Ocean DLC? Secret level? Yeah, take that, you bloody